Hello everyone and welcome back once again to DCS. Today in front of us we have a beautiful T-45 Ghost Hawk? Not Ghost Hawk, Goshawk? Something like that. T-45 is what I've always known this aircraft as. A American counterpart to the British Aerospace Engineer, or BAE Hawk. The Hawk has in the center nose cone position, there's I believe it's an infrared receiver slash landing light. The T-45, we have our landing light on the nose gear. This is a naval aircraft, obviously, as we're on the deck of one of the super carriers in the DCS module. Which one? I am not. The USS Abraham Lincoln. Let me unpause the simulation here. Got a little bit of ambient background noise. We're going to be doing a startup tutorial, a carrier takeoff, and a carrier landing in this airplane, as well as taking a look at some of the flight dynamics and that sort of thing. Immediately off of the bat, you probably have already noticed our engine is not modeled on the T-45. I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think I've got a photo of what the actual engine inside of the T-45 looks like. If I do, I will upload it now. Or show it now, I should say. But anyway, let's hop into the cockpit here and begin our engine start. So it's a very, very simple process on the T-45. Oh, my camera's acting a little bit weird. So the very first thing we want to do is go to our... Well, that's why I was in slow motion. Very first thing we want to do is go to our engine master switch here and set that to on. While we're over here, we'll do our anti-skid on as well. Going to the right side, this is our electrical panel here. We're going to go ahead and turn our generator reset to on. So toggle the reset and turn it on. And then turn on our batteries 1 and 2. So now we've got a little bit of life to the airplane here. Next, we just hopped for some reason. Okay, that's fine. I'm actually going to have the ground crew place wheel chocks for us really quick. Maybe I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's fine. We'll just hold the brakes. Airplane moves a little bit on idle power on the carrier deck, but it's fine. We'll just hold the brakes in. So next we're going to go to our keyboard, and we're going to hold the right shift. That's right shift and the home key simultaneously. And we're going to be looking for a GTC light to illuminate one of these three here. I forget which one. That'll take a few seconds. So there, GTS, that's what it is. I'm actually going to go over to our engine page here so we can watch our engine light off. So with that GTS light on, we're going to go back to our engine start and move it to the start position. We're going to hold it there until we get a ready illumination light. You can see N2 starting to increase. Now we're now ready. We're going to hit the home key on the keyboard to move the throttle from the cutoff into the idle position, which you can see we're now forward there. Engine's lighting off nicely. I'm going to get into the wheel brakes now. Let's see, our GTS shut off as we're crossing through 50% RPM. And that looks like a successful light off to me. Let's go ahead and go back. I'm going to make this our HSI. We're going to turn this guy on. Make it our ADI. We'll turn on our HUD. I'm actually going to close the canopy. A little bit of noise reduction. That's right Control C, or left Control C, just like in every other airplane I can think of. We'll set our external lighting as such, and then it's going to be left Control and the L key to turn on all of our external lights. You can see, not the best model, but you know, they get the job done. We've got strobe on the top, and beacons on the top and bottom of the aircraft, and then a tail light, which is blinking as well. And then the very last thing I want to do for the startup, you see we have a hydraulic warning light. We're going to reset our hydraulics, and you'll see that needle rises. And that's pretty much it. You can set your radios as you need them, that sort of thing. I'm not really going to bother with that this time around. As far as I can tell, so this is our nav radio, TACAN. Where's our VHF radio? I can't Oh, is this how you tune them? Okay, yeah, that is how you tune them. Okay, never mind. I've just figured out how to tune them now. IFF, as far as I can tell, there's no interactivity with the IFF. This is not a combat-ready airplane anyway, so if we do a rearm and refuel, you see we've got a travel pod we can put on our center position. Oh, it is armable. Oh no, BDU-33s. And practice smoke and practice rockets. So, not a whole lot as far as armament goes, but I mean, this is a training aircraft, so I mean, what do you really expect? Anyways, let's go do a carrier takeoff. We're going to swing out here to the right. We'll do... I think that's cat number 2 or cat number 3, one of the two. Just like on the F-18, you have a high gain nose wheel steering. So if I go full right rudder right now and full left rudder, that's as far of nose wheel deflection as I get, unless I hold the gain switch, which I've bound to the same as the F-18. For me, it's the S key. Again, you can bind any of these to whatever you would like, but if I hold the S key and I do the same deflection, you can see how much nose wheel deflection we get there. So, with that in mind, I'm going to release our wheel brakes, get us rolling just a little bit here. We'll offset to that catapult there, and turn on the roll. Set flaps. Test our speed brakes. Full flaps. Flaps are good. We'll go full retract on the flaps. And set them for land or takeoff. Control systems check. Good. Let's request a launch. So we should be getting cues here from our ground crew in a second, hopefully, maybe. Well, they don't seem ready for me. Normally I'd be getting guided in by now, but we're going to go for it anyway. Ground crew, request launch. Well, I don't know. We're going to keep going. They don't seem to care that I'm here at all. So, I don't know what to do about that. Guess we'll go around. So, can only have that issue one other time in this super carrier module. It's strange for sure. So we'll go out a little bit. Maybe where we spawned was too close to their trigger point, or something like that. We'll try a different cat as well. Cat 1 or Cat 4. I can't remember which direction you go from on the carrier. Okay, now let's try it. Ground crew, request launch. There we go. Alright, we're getting arms waving. And it's ready on the brakes. Idle power, just coasting her in. Ready, and brake. Brakes on. Holding. You can see our landing light illuminating the guys as they come close. That's pretty cool. Launch bar is on the left-hand lower side, very similar to the F-18. Lower our launch bar. We'll set our field bypass to carrier, since we're doing carrier ops, so we'll turn on the pitot heat. So we have a launch bar down. So I actually, let me talk through this really quick. So normally the F-18 has more than enough power, so does the F-14. All of the current naval jets have enough power to get over the little hump. I'm going to have to go full throttle and just smash into it. It's not realistic, I know, but it's the only way that I can get this over that hump without getting stuck on it. So here we go, full throttle. Yeah, so again, not at all realistic, but it's what has to be done. So we're locking into the launch bar now. Launch bar is coming up. Locked into the cat. And we're getting the run up. Running her up. Let's give her the salute. Set to launch. And we're away. Rolling, 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 rolling. Off the deck, gear up immediately. In through 150, we'll go flaps up. This again, not the highest performing airplane out there, but it is a trainer after all. I would actually love to have a T-45 in real life. But, you know, the airplane, it handles well. I mean, especially for a mod. You keep in mind, this is not a paid module. You can go, which I think it's VNAO, and download this T-45 absolutely free. It's done through their Discord server, so all you have to do is, if you have a Discord, join their server. It gives you the download link straight away. If you don't have a Discord, it's free. I don't know how you're playing on PC and don't have a Discord, but hey, that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to shame you. But again, it's completely free. You just join their server. You're instantly hit in the face with a link. I think it's on their main or their rules page, something like that. And then you can fly around in this little trainer, which is very, very well modeled in my opinion. You know, obviously I think the exterior lights need a little bit of work, but again, beggars can't be choosers. This is a free module. Completely free. And I've been really, really happy with the amount of things you get, or community involvement, not things you get, but community involvement with DCS as far as the modules and that go. It's really, really kind of blown me away. There are some, I don't want to call them lower quality mods because they're really not. It's beyond what I could do. But, you know, mods that don't have fully modeled cockpits that are, you know, even partially clickable like this one. There's a lot that, you know, will take an exterior model from either, you know, the Flaming Cliffs pack or the newer DCS, and, you know, throw an F-15C Flaming Cliffs air or cockpit or something similar to that, the SU-25 or something, and call it an A mod. And there's nothing wrong with those, again. But to me, this is where I prefer to fly, is in the actual cockpit of the airplane that I'm modeled of flying. You know, if I see a T-45, I want to hop into the cockpit of a T-45, not an F-15. It's just a personal preference for me. Again, not knocking those mods whatsoever. All right, let's get a little bit of aggressive flying in, then we'll go in for that carrier landing I promised. Go full power, nose her over. Get a really steep rate of descent going. Through 300 knots. 350. I'm going to bank hard to the left and pull on some G's. Ready? Here we go. Loading her up, loading her up, loading her up. A little bit of G-lock there. 360 will come right over the deck of the Lincoln. Too far. Put those air brakes to use. Get our hook down. In through 200. Speed brake coming in. You really just can't go wrong with this. I understand it's not, you know, combat ready, and you know that doesn't necessarily. I think DCS has. I know the C in DCS literally stands for combat. I am hyper aware of that. However, I think that DCS has the potential to be so much more than just a combat sim. Given DCS does fantastic at being a combat simulator. Don't get that, you know, twisted for a second. It's fantastic at being a combat sim. But if you look at modules like the Yak 52 or the Christian Eagle, trying to think of what else is out there for non-combat modules, you know, there's a very big following in this game of non-combat oriented. One of the servers I spend a lot of time on is Aerobatics Online. Like and it's a completely non-combat server where all people do is fly displays. Does it get boring after a while? Yes. Does it get boring or annoying having people crashing into you and that sort of thing? Yes. But, you know, I think there is a a big following of people who want study level airplanes that DCS has to offer in a non-combat environment. You know, we want that echelon above Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And I'm using air quotes when I say simulator because, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not what a lot of us hardcore sim people really want out of a flight simulator. You know, there's a lot left to be desired. It's a very pretty sim, but it doesn't hold a candle to DCS in terms of damage model. There is no damage model in FS 2020. You know, the damage model, icing effects, that sort of stuff makes all the difference, in my opinion. Let's go for that 3-wire. We're going to try. I think that was all 1 wire. That was. Whatever. Let's go around again for one more, eh? We'll just do a quick approach. Off of our mid-cat here. So we want that 3-wire, dang it. Line up one more time. This is a fun airplane to fly. The model, in my opinion, feels realistic for... I've never flown a T-45, but it feels realistic for what I would expect out of a T-45 or a BAE Hawk. You know, you're not going to be pulling, you know, 9Gs or anything crazy like that. So, all right, let's run through it again. Wait for our green guy to come up. Wait for the launch bar signal. There it is, launch bar down. Okay, he should clear. One more time. All right. So I'll demo here. Here I will demo what happens if I try to pull the aircraft up realistically. For those of you who want me to see. So here, coming up at a normal rate of speed. And I'm stuck. So I'm now going to go, no cheating here, I'm going to go to full throttle. You can see my RPMs on the bottom of the screen. Stuck. And I just kind of have to sit here and wiggle my control surfaces a little bit until she gets just fine, because we're inching forward is what's happening. We're just, you know, going a couple inches. There we go. So that's what happens if you try to approach it realistically. That's why I just kind of go full bore and ram it in there. Again, something that needs work, but it's a free mod. Come on, you can't complain about a free mod. All right, we are in the catch, ready to run it up. There's our signal. For a healthy 100%. Sign them off. Alright, shooter's ready. Here we go. Let's watch it from the outside this time. Alright, gear up. No flaps up. Alright, not gonna get too crazy with our airspeed here. We are gonna go for a short field landing. Let's drop the hook now. Start reducing power. So flaps 1. We're gonna go real short field gear coming down, flaps full. Need a little more power on so we don't stall a wingtip here. Not going for a record of the quickest short field landing, not with an aircraft powered like so, but we should be able to bring it around nicely. For another landing. Oh, we didn't catch. Did I not drop the hook? No, I did. We just missed. All right, well. Guess we're going around then. All right. I knew I shouldn't have gone for 2. I think I'm going to touch down early. Skipped the hook. Missed. Let's try one more time. Okay, gear coming down. Flaps coming down. Check hook. Hook is down. Pretty much right on the money for airspeed, so we're going to try to replicate what we did airspeed-wise again. A little high of a rate of descent right now. So add a little more power in as we finish our turn here. A little bit left. And we'll stabilize out. Oh, set her down. That has to be a catch. There we go. 2-wire. I'll take it. So yeah, guys, that is the T-45 Charlie model. In my opinion, a very beautiful free mod in DCS. Definitely recommend checking it out if you're into the not fully combative side like myself. Again, you can't really deploy a whole lot of munitions with this jet, but that's, you know, that's okay. I think we have, at least in my opinion, I mean, I obviously want more jets. Don't get me wrong. I can already hear, oh, you don't want my... No, I want more jets. But the amount of study-level aircraft that we have in DCS is crazy. I mean, you know, I think we're to the point now where anyone can quick start an F-16. If not, check out my video, quick start an F-16. It's dated, but it'll still get you in the air. They've released quite a few updates on the F-16 since I made that video. But, you know, so anyone can, you know, quick start an F-16, F-18, whatever, but the real learning curve comes in with deployment of different weapons. You know, GPS-based weapons are completely different from CCIP, which is completely different from CCRP. It's crazy. So sometimes it's nice to be able to hop into a high-performance aircraft like the T-45, still get out and, you know, do some cool, you know, high-performance flying, that sort of thing, and not really have to worry about weapons employment. And I know that there are a good amount of aircraft like the L-39, the MiGs, that sort of thing, that do offer a, I guess, less study grade level. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, because they're still study grade airplanes, but their weapons employment, because it's an older aircraft, generally speaking, it's not quite as high-tech. Now, the Viggen, different story altogether. I do not know the Viggen. I will never figure out the Viggen, and that is okay. Anyway, I'm going to call it there for the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the T-45 by VNAO Simulations, or VNAO. I'm so sorry I've messed it up one way or another. But it's a great airplane. Check it out. Free download on their Discord. Just Google search VNAO or VNAO Simulations. And you'll get the download link for free. That's going to do it for me. I will catch you guys in the next video. As always, take it easy.